Welcome back, everyone. This is going to be part 2 of this fan mail unboxing from Douglas. In part 1, we looked at all these Ertl items that he sent me. A lot of good things in there. And now we're going to continue the trend of looking at the other items that he sent along. And I'm thinking what we'll look at first here are these Capsule Plarail pieces, because I'm quite curious about these. Alright, first up are these two Percys. Neither one of these has a wind-up mechanism in them. They're just free to roll, I guess. But this first one here looks to be a regular Percy. I think he's missing the buffers on the front. Front coupler looks to be a little chewed up. I don't think that's too far from breaking off of there. Not really a whole lot else to say with Percy here. He's dated 2015, Glenn Thomas Limited. Quite like the little headlamp detail there. And I notice on the bottom he has something written here, which I think is in Japanese. If anyone can translate that for me, please do so. Probably get a lot of wrong answers though. But also here's the other Percy, and this one has the shocked expression on it. And the coupler on this seems to be in far better condition. Again, this is missing the buffer sticker as well. Trying to see here. Yeah, they both have the cab stickers. This one here is dated 2018. This one also... Nope, that one... I mean, they're both missing stickers. Like I said, this seems to be mainly just the front buffers. But aside from Percy, we've also got a birdie here. And quite like the look of this. He does have rolling wheels. That's really nice. He's dated 2006. That was a long time ago. But then also we have, I think these are castle wagons, possibly something to do with King of the Railway. The couplers on both of them seem to be a little worn. This one looks to be stretched, and this one, I don't know. I'm kind of thinking it's broken on the inside maybe. Because it's, yeah. But you can see a couple stickers on these. They're both basically the same. Dated... well, I'm not actually seeing a date on these, so I can't really tell you. But then also, this was a nice surprise. We've got a narrow gauge coach, which is basically just a Annie recolored. Dated 2017. But overall, pretty nice. Kind of wish I had another one of these, or, well, 3 more to go along, have a whole train. There was also this little guy, which I'm pretty certain is Mr. Conductor. This is the first time I've ever seen one of these Capsule Plarail figures in the flesh. I know my friend Eddie, he's got one of Sir Topham Hatt, but this is a nice little thing to have. Wouldn't mind a few more of these figures. And then lastly, there were these various pieces, which I believe make up a station. So if I just go ahead and put them together here real quick. And here you can see we have a little station. I'm not exactly sure what station in particular this is supposed to be. And I'm guessing it's a special themed one because it's sort of got like glitter and such in it. I do think there's one piece missing right here. Possibly the name board that would have said what station this was. But overall, it's a cute little piece, and I quite like it. I thought for the heck of it, I'd go ahead and get out the other Capsule Plarail pieces I have in my collection, and I've thrown in the ones that I got from Douglas in this unboxing. And you can see what all characters I have here. Some I've got different variations of. I do not have a Percy with a wind-up mechanism. All the ones I have are just static, basically. But, yeah, nice little collection here. I've also got that electric train, which Douglas sent me in, I think, the last fan mail unboxing. But I think that's the only non-Thomas Capsule Plarail piece that I have. But, yeah, nice little collection. Now, if my memory is correct, Douglas snagged this little gem for me in a eBay auction he was bidding on, which had various pieces of Thomas merchandise in it. And you can see it's a little Thomas & Friends keychain that has like a miniature layout in it. It's made by Basic Fun Incorporated, copyright Britt Alcroft Thomas Limited 2000, so 24 years ago now. And, this is a really cute little keychain. You can see you've got all the different scenery in it, plus you got the little Thomas, Annie, and Clarabelle. And it has a feature where if you pull on the chain here, Thomas will actually run around this little layout. And, that's a really cool feature. And I've also got the other version of this that Basic Fun did, which is a Lionel Trains keychain. Although this one features basically a desert scene. And you've got Santa Fe Super Chief. And again, you pull the chain. This one seems to run a little bit faster though. But, it's pretty much the same. I remember I had one of these when I was younger. And I tore it apart to get the train out of it. And basically lost everything. And I also had one of these Thomases later on. And I actually tore this apart and pulled the Thomas and all the scenery out of it to use on my little sets and such. Which I kind of regret because of how expensive these little things are now. But it is nice to have one now, thanks to Douglas. And the fact that I was able to get it for what I feel is a reasonable price, too, is very good. And I think one of the last things I'll do is I'll go ahead and put the slow motion on both of these little keychains. And you can see the trains running around a little more, in more detail than you can if they were just running as they are. But yeah, again, these are just really cute little pieces, and I'm really happy to finally have the Thomas version again. Now these are rather interesting as well, and I believe they're collector cards or character cards maybe. I faintly remember Douglas showing me some of these in a call on Discord, but I don't remember the exact details. You can see we've got a card for Birdie the Bus. And if I flip it around to the back, looks like we've got basically a little bio or something on Birdie, plus a fun fact. I apologize for the glare. I'm trying to reduce it as much as possible. It says here, Thomas Race Game, move 6 spaces. So, I guess these were part of a game. Again, I forget what Douglas told me, and I just can't remember it at this time. Also got one for Tiger Moth. And again, going on to the back. Little bio, fun fact. But yeah, nice little cards, and I like that they have the plastic sleeves to go around them. And then there's this one, which I believe is a special themed Percy one, because it's got the gold and such. And if we go on the back of this, again, looks like a little bio. No fun fact on this, and this one says move 3 spaces instead of 6 like Tiger Moth and Birdie. What was... Like, I'm seeing on Percy's card here, this says 3 of 5. And on Tiger Moth's card, that dang glare, it says 69 out of 75. What's Birdie's say? 8 out of 75. So this must be its own thing. There must be like 5 versions of these special cards. And these must be like the normal ones. I really should have paid more attention when Douglas was telling me all this. But, these are nice little cards to have. I especially like the Percy one, obviously, because it's shiny. We've also got a little bit of Thomas Wood, and Douglas sent me this Rosie here. You can see this is the version which has a lot of the pieces, parts not painted. I do quite like the Thomas Wood in this state, because it's rather interesting, but I think for this to basically be a replacement for the classic wooden railway was just a complete failure. And of course, we did see that Thomas Wood just completely collapsed and, just fell apart in the very short time it was around. But, looking at Rosie here, overall finish is nice. I quite like Rosie's face. And, the detail that is on here, the detail that is present is nice. But like I said, with the Thomas Wood, it's definitely in no way a good replacement for the classic wooden railway. Mattel really didn't know what they were doing when they developed this. And, it's kind of funny. The fact that they went back and completely painted these afterwards just shows that they knew they messed up. But even then, that just couldn't save this range. It was just a complete failure from the start. Douglas also sent along some All Engines Go Diecast, and we'll look at Henry first, which for some reason, he was a really difficult character to find. I don't know what the deal was with this. You could not find him in store, or at least I couldn't. And if you looked online and found him, he was usually for a ridiculous price. You basically had to sell your soul to get the thing. Douglas found this one in a bundle with, I think, James and another character, and he snatched this up for me. Which, I've said this before, I do like the All Engines Go diecast because I feel like there is quality with these pieces after I took a look at them for myself. But, you know, I think they are definitely an improvement compared to like the Trackmaster line, and, you know, well, I don't know, Wooden Railway probably, you know, holds its own. But also included was a Herald here, which for some reason the card was cut. That's not really that big of a deal for me. But Herald in All Engines Go form, he looks like a brick. Just, you know, this big blocky thing. Imagine seeing this flying towards your head. But, yeah, not really anything else to say with these two pieces. I will be looking at more All Engines Go diecast here before the year is out. I'll have some videos on this stuff. So I'll wait till then to take these out of the packages. So here's a quick recap of everything we just looked at, and there's still quite a few things here to go over. However, I'm at the point right now where the video is getting a little longer than I'd like it to be. So I'm going to go ahead and cut it here, and we'll pick up on looking at the remainder of the things that Douglas sent in part 3, which I will go ahead and have linked once it becomes available. So you guys hang tight, and I will be back shortly.